I'm Joanna, I'm 26.
Okay, and how long have you had ME for?
Knocking on for 7 years.
7 years, okay. And in that period of time, what's it stopped you from doing?
Everything. I had to stop working, I delayed going to university, and I had to take a year off at university. I was able to study, kind of, but I didn't have a university social life. I had to stop dancing and singing and things, and I've not been to a nightclub for a hell of a long time.
So today the date is?
It's the 3rd of January.
Okay, 2006. And you're about to do the lining process. What do you think? What are your thoughts at the moment?
If it gets me 20% better, it'll be amazing. If I'd be able to walk around to my local shop, which it takes less than 5 minutes to walk there, and I can't do it at the minute, I could do that. It would just be fantastic.
Okay, and how confident are you of it making a difference?
I'm cautiously optimistic, because it sounds so bizarre and so different to anything else, but I'm willing to give everything I've got to it.
Okay, brilliant. Anything else you'd like to say at this point to the table?
I hope it works.
Okay, thank you. Okay, morning. It's the 4th of January today.
It is.
So we saw you yesterday, and just for the video, what change have you noticed in the last roughly 24 hours since we've seen you?
When we got back to the B&B, I walked across to the shop and then back and then up the stairs, and it wasn't until the door to the room that I had to say stop, and I've got pain. It was like, I just did that.
That's unusual, is it?
Yeah, it was really quite cool. I managed to do that.
So you went across the road to the shops and up the
Back
stairs,
and then upstairs, yeah.
and that's something you wouldn't be able to do for how long?
For the last 18 months, that would have been a struggle. I would have needed somebody to support me a bit, or I would have gone in the wheelchair, you know. It was, to try and save energy, and be always saving energy for something that you've never got the energy to actually do.
So how did that feel to achieve that?
Fantastic, yeah. And then we went out to a shopping place and walked all the way through to find a restaurant, so walked much further than I would normally.
Roughly how many minutes was that walking?
Must have been about a good 5 minutes to get there.
And when was the last time you did that?
A long time ago.
Yeah, what years?
A long time ago. Over a year.
Okay.
And it was a buffet, and Mum said, "Shall I get you your, pancakes?" And I was like, "No, it's alright, I'll do it." And I did it.
So you got your own food at the buffet?
Yeah. So.
Which for you is again an unusual thing. Brilliant.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so that's the end of the second session, 4th of January. Do you have any anymore?
No.
How do you know?
Because my legs are healthy, my whole body's healthy.
And is that going to last?
Yes, it's going to last.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure it lasts.
Excellent, thank you. So today is the 5th, as you just told me, the 5th of January. You did a lighting process 2 days ago, this is the 3rd day. What changes have you noticed?
I've been shopping.
You've been shopping?
I've bought some new shoes.
Do you want to show the shoes to the video?
New shoes inside, yes.
Very nice. When was the last time you went shopping?
I've been shopping quite a bit when I've been ill, but in a wheelchair.
Oh right, so you walked?
I walked for an hour and a quarter. I had a few sit-downs and my feet hurt. And I was thinking, okay, how do I stop my feet from hurting? And I thought, no, it's good that my feet hurt because they're not used to standing up for this long.
That'd be quite reasonable, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you've been shopping and you were around on your feet pretty much solidly for an hour and a quarter?
Yes,
wow.
It's amazing. Normally if I'd walked around a shop it would have been dropped off straight outside it, round it as quickly as possible to get the necessaries, then back in the car and just...
And how do you feel afterwards, after doing an hour and a quarter?
Excited about my new shoes. And quite good. I was able to navigate our way back from Bright Cross.
Right.
I'm now a super navigator because we went out for tea with a friend as well.
So you went out afterwards after doing shopping?
Yeah. Went back to the B&B and had a bit of a rest. And then went out to my friend's house and walked about 10 times the distance I could walk on Saturday to get to the restaurant, and then walk back and up 4 flights of stairs to the top of the flats, and then I realised, whoa, what have I just done? How cool is that? It was fun trying to explain to them what had happened and what I'd been through, but I think I managed to find a way around it and they kind of understood.
So you must be quite pleased?
Very, yes.
Okay. For the video, I'm going to ask you just a few more questions. First of all, if somebody's watching this and they've got ME and they're not sure about whether this is true or they're quite cautious of the lining process, is there anything you'd like to say to them?
No. I completely thought this sounds really weird, but with the success rate, for that amount of money, any amount of money is worth it if it's going to get me well. So I came into it really cautiously optimistic, and somehow it's worked, and I know the processes of how it's worked, but I'm still gobsmacked at how quickly it's worked. So if you happen to have that amount of money, or if you don't, beg, steal and borrow it, and do it, because it has worked. But you've got to want to do it.
Yeah.
It's scary getting back into the real world. I'm terrified because I've got a degree and now I'm actually going to be able to use it, but I'm exhilarated by it as well. I'm going to be able to work for the first time. And if you really want to get well, then you can do.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Just yay.
Mum, would you like to say anything? You haven't got you on the video yet. You've got your camera shot as well. I'm just going to turn it around. Is that okay? I don't know. You've kind of been watching it the whole time. There's Mum. Anything you'd like to say?
I think we were cautious about it, but after various other ordinary sort of treatments that we've tried and nothing's worked, and anything is worth a go, you get to the stage. It's so disheartening watching your daughter grow up and not being able to fulfil potential, and I'm just greatly relieved that this seems to be such a success.
Yeah.
And I hope we can, I'm sure that we can maintain it and we can keep going with it.
Most people experience after such a rapid change after a couple of days, but particularly if you're the observer, you think, well, I hope it's going to work, and you've got your fingers crossed, and you're actually in a different position from Joanna, who's actually experiencing it. So it would be natural for you to kind of go, well, let's hope, but you probably recognise the changes that you've seen have been quite different from the changes you've seen in any other approach that she's taken so far.
Oh, certainly, yes. I mean, much speedier. I mean, acupuncture has always helped symptoms, and she's felt better after it, and you could tell when she missed the session and things, but and this is just drastically different.
In what way?
Because she's happier, she's got more energy, she can do more things. It's going to cost a lot more because we're in the shop for a lot more. But it's great to see it, and it's, like she said, it's scary, the thought of making plans for a job and future and going out into the world of work, which is what we always wanted her to do, and I'm looking forward to it.
And these are some things that we'll be addressing today, actually, like now you're well, how do you deal with that? Because that's a whole new barrel of laughs, isn't it? Okay, great. So thank you very much, both of you, for being on the video.